ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey of both light and darkness. We are often taught to avoid pain, to shield ourselves from hurt, and to seek comfort at every turn. But I stand before you today to share a profound truth. Sometimes you must allow others to hurt you. Not because you're weak, but because in that hurt lies the potential for your greatest growth. Let me say this. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. It is the one force that has the ability to break you and rebuild you in ways you cannot even imagine. The process of pain forces you to evolve, forces you to find strength you didn't know you had. It is a paradox. Through suffering, we become stronger, more resilient, more complete. We must redefine how we see pain. We often view it as a signal to retreat, to withdraw, to protect ourselves. But what if I told you that sometimes the very thing you need is to step into the pain to allow it to do its work in your life? When you let them hurt you, you give yourself the space to experience emotional freedom. You give yourself permission to let go of pride, of ego, and to embrace humility. The greatest lessons come through struggle. We only learn how deep our roots can grow when the storms of life hit. The process of being hurt teaches us that we can bend without breaking, that we can bend and still stand tall. And that is where true strength lies, in resilience, in the ability to endure and emerge better, stronger, and more aware. But make no mistake, allowing others to hurt you doesn't mean being passive. It means being wise. It means recognizing that their actions do not define who you are. Your response to their actions is what shapes your destiny. This is where emotional intelligence comes into play. Learn to distinguish between the pain others cause and the power you hold within yourself to rise above it. Forgiveness is not for them, it is for you. When you forgive those who hurt you, you release yourself from the burden of bitterness. You stop carrying the weight of their wrongs, and you stop carrying the weight of their wrongs. And you start to see that you are free to live, to grow, and to fulfill your purpose. Each person who comes into your life, whether to bless or to hurt you, is playing a role in your journey. They are all part of your process. The person who hurts you is not your enemy. They are simply a tool being used to mold you into the person you are destined to become. Let them hurt you, but let that hurt transform you. Let it refine your character, sharpen your focus, and increase your capacity for love, patience, and understanding. Do not allow others' actions to diminish your self-worth. You are valuable, not because of how others treat you, but because of who you are at your core. You must stand firm in your identity, even in the face of hurt. Remember this. No one can take away your worth unless you allow them to. Your worth is inherent, eternal, and cannot be touched by the actions of others. Ultimately, the pain that comes from others is a stepping stone to your purpose. It is a fuel for your journey. It will shape you, mold you, and bring you closer to the person you were always meant to be. Every scar, every wound, every tear will become a testimony of your strength, your perseverance, and your ability to rise again. So I encourage you today, let them hurt you, but let that hurt be the very thing that propels you to greatness. Do not run from it. Do not fear it. Let it refine you, let it elevate you, let it lead you to your purpose. Pain is often seen as an enemy, something to avoid, escape, or numb. We live in a world that prioritizes comfort, pleasure, and ease, often suggesting that pain is something inherently negative and to be avoided at all costs. But the truth is, pain is not a force that seeks to destroy you. Rather, it is a force that can elevate you, push you, and shape you in ways that nothing else can. Pain has a purpose in our lives, a purpose far beyond simple suffering. It is through pain that we are often forced to face our deepest weaknesses, our deepest fears, and our deepest truths. Pain has the remarkable ability to break us down in order to build us up. It shakes us out of our complacency, forces us to reevaluate our priorities, and challenges the very way we view the world. Without pain, there would be no growth. We would remain stagnant, never tested, never forced to evolve. The discomfort we feel when faced with adversity is a catalyst for transformation. When you encounter pain, you are given a unique opportunity to redefine yourself, to learn more about your resilience, your strength, and your ability to endure. Exercise 14. Let's take time now to redefine yourself. In the face of pain, you begin to understand that your limitations are not fixed. What you thought you couldn't endure, you discover you can. What you thought you couldn't overcome, you realize you can rise above. Pain is the thing that helps us realize we are far more capable than we imagined. It strips away the illusions we hold about ourselves and reveals the depth of our potential. Pain allows us to connect with others in a way that we might not otherwise. It is the shared human experience of hurt that fosters empathy, compassion, and understanding. When we hurt, we are reminded that we are not alone in our struggles. The pain you feel today could be the very thing that enables you to help someone else tomorrow. Pain creates bonds. It brings people together in shared experience and shared understanding. Through pain, we become more compassionate, more understanding of the struggles of others, and more willing to support those who are also facing hardships. Augustine used the word vision to describe the state of mind. But perhaps the most profound purpose of pain is that it teaches us what truly matters. When we are in the midst of suffering, we become acutely aware of what is truly important in life. The trivial distractions and material pursuits fade into the background, and we are left with the essential truths of our existence. The relationships we nurture, the legacy we build, and the purpose we pursue. Pain clarifies our vision. It forces us to confront the things we have been avoiding. At its core, pain is not meant to defeat us, but to refine us. It is not a punishment, but an opportunity for growth. It is through pain that we are able to shed old skins, release past baggage, and emerge as stronger, more capable individuals. Pain teaches us resilience. It teaches us patience. It teaches us how to truly live. It breaks down our false perceptions, and it forces us to face life on its own terms. Without pain, we would never discover the depth of our own strength, the power of our will, and the fullness of our potential. So the next time you face pain, do not see it as a burden to bear, but as a lesson to learn, an invitation to grow. Pain is a part of the human experience, and though it is often uncomfortable, it is also one of the most powerful tools for personal and spiritual development. Through it, you will learn more about who you are and what you are truly capable of becoming. Discomfort is one of those things we instinctively try to avoid. Yet it is often the very thing we need to experience in order to grow. It is in the uncomfortable moments of life that we are tested, stretched, and pushed beyond our current limitations. While we may instinctively seek comfort and ease, it is in the discomfort of life that we find the opportunities for growth, transformation, and self-discovery. The gift of discomfort lies not in the avoidance of pain or hardship, but in the way it can shape us, challenge us, and ultimately help us become better versions of ourselves. When we experience discomfort, we are forced to confront our vulnerabilities, our weaknesses, and our fears. It is in these moments that we realize how much we are capable of handling, and more importantly, how much we are capable of overcoming. The pain we feel in moments of discomfort is not something meant to defeat us, but to sharpen us, to refine us, and to push us toward new horizons. If we remain in our comfort zones, we are likely to remain stagnant, unable to evolve or progress. But when discomfort enters our lives, it forces us to adapt, to innovate, and to look for new ways to navigate the challenges we face. Discomfort is a wake-up call. It tells us that we are ready for something more, that we are ready to take the next step on our journey. It nudges us out of our complacency, reminding us that growth never happens in the familiar, in the places where we feel safe and secure. The only way to grow is to move beyond those boundaries, to venture into the unknown, where the risks are higher and the rewards, though uncertain, are potentially life-changing. Discomfort is the doorway to the extraordinary. It is a signal that something important is about to unfold, that change is on the horizon, and that we are being prepared for the next chapter in our story. When discomfort comes into our lives, it also invites us to reframe how we see the world. It challenges us to examine the narratives we hold about who we are and what we are capable of. Often, it is only in moments of discomfort that we are able to break free from limiting beliefs, fears, and self-imposed barriers. Discomfort invites us to step into the unknown, to leave behind the familiar and step forward with faith, knowing that we will be stronger for it. Right. It is through discomfort that we are reminded that we are not static beings, but dynamic ones, constantly evolving, constantly becoming more than we once were. But discomfort is not just about pushing through pain. It's also about embracing the unknown, about trusting in the process of transformation. Often discomfort is accompanied by a sense of uncertainty, and it's that uncertainty that can be the hardest to deal with. The unknown can be frightening because it challenges our need for control and predictability. However, discomfort teaches us that we do not need to have all the answers or know the outcome to move forward. In fact, it's often the uncertainty itself that holds the key to our growth. By letting go of the need for certainty and embracing the discomfort of not knowing, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, new lessons, and new opportunities that we could never have imagined before. Discomfort teaches us resilience. It reminds us that we have the strength to endure, that we have the ability to persevere even when things get tough. When we face discomfort, we learn how to adapt, how to adjust our approach, and how to keep going in the face of difficulty. Each time we push through discomfort, we build resilience, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. We learn that we are capable of much more than we once thought. And we begin to see that the limitations we once believed to be real are often only illusions, impossible visions. God is much more than that. In many ways, discomfort is also a reminder of our own humanity. It connects us to others who are also experiencing discomfort, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. It is a shared experience, one that binds us together in a collective understanding of what it means to be human. Discomfort becomes a teacher of empathy, allowing us to understand the pain and challenges of others in a deeper, more meaningful way. Through our own discomfort, we become more compassionate, more understanding, and more able to offer support to those around us who are walking similar paths. Discomfort is a gift because it pushes us to become the best versions of ourselves. It may not always feel pleasant in the moment, but it is in those moments of discomfort that we often discover our true strength, our true potential, and our true purpose. It is only by embracing discomfort that we can unlock the power that lies dormant within us, waiting to be awakened. When we learn to see discomfort not as an obstacle to avoid, but as an opportunity to embrace, we open ourselves to a life that is richer, more fulfilling, and more aligned with our deepest purpose. So the next time discomfort shows up in your life, don't shy away from it. Welcome it. See it as an invitation to grow, to evolve, and to move closer to the person you are meant to be. Struggle is one of the most profound and often misunderstood forces in life. We tend to view struggle as something to avoid, something that stands in the way of our happiness and peace. But struggle in all its forms is not a sign of failure or a force that should be feared. It is a critical part of the human experience, a crucible through which our resilience is forged. It is in the very heart of struggle that we discover the strength to keep going, the power to rise again, and the wisdom to move forward with purpose. Resilience is not built in the moments of comfort or ease. It is shaped in the moments when life seems to be falling apart, when the weight of the world is on our shoulders, and when everything within us wants to quit. It is in those moments when we are pushed to our limits that our true power is revealed. Struggle forces us to dig deep, to tap into resources we didn't even know we had, and to continue even when the path ahead is unclear and the challenges seem insurmountable. In the midst of struggle, we often feel broken, as though the weight of everything is too much to bear. But it is important to remember that struggle does not break us permanently. It only breaks us temporarily in order to rebuild us stronger. Think of how the most valuable metals are refined. They are put through intense heat and pressure until they are purified. Similarly, the struggles we face purify us. They teach us how to endure, how to adapt, and how to overcome adversity in ways that we could never have imagined before the struggle. Through struggle, we also learn to appreciate what truly matters. When everything seems uncertain, when the things we once took for granted are no longer guaranteed, we come to understand the deeper meaning of life. We learn to appreciate the relationships we have, the things that give us purpose, and the inner strength we possess. Struggle strips away the superficial layers of our existence, leaving us with a deeper understanding of who we are and what we are meant to do. It forces us to question the things we have been holding on to and asks us to realign our focus with what is truly important. Resilience, however, is not just about surviving struggle. It's about transforming through it. It's about using the challenges we face to become better, wiser, and more compassionate individuals. Every time we overcome a struggle, we expand our capacity for future challenges. We grow stronger, not just in body or mind, but in spirit. Each victory over adversity becomes a building block for our character, a testimony of our ability to rise again and again, no matter how many times we are knocked down. The beauty of resilience is that it is not something we are born with. It is something we cultivate. It grows with every obstacle we face and overcome. When we face struggle, we are not defeated by it, but we are empowered by it. With each trial, we learn more about ourselves, our limitations, our fears, our strengths, and our capacity for growth. The more we struggle, the more we realize that we are not defined by our challenges, but by how we respond to them. Resilience is not a trait reserved for the lucky few. It is something that is developed one step at a time through every struggle we face. Struggle also teaches us the value of patience. We live in a world where we expect instant results, where we want to see the fruits of our labor immediately. But real resilience is built over time, through consistent effort, through enduring setbacks, and through persisting in the face of adversity. It is in the long journey, the uphill climb, the process of growing through difficulty, that we become who we are meant to be. There are no shortcuts to resilience. It is earned through the long, difficult road of struggle. Resilience through struggle teaches us empathy. When we go through challenges ourselves, we gain a deeper understanding of the struggles others face. We become more compassionate, more willing to listen, and more ready to offer a helping hand. It helps us develop a sense of community, understanding, and support as we recognize that we are all navigating our own battles, facing our own struggles, and yet together we are stronger. As we navigate our struggles, we also come to realize that struggle is a part of a larger process, one that prepares us for greater things. It is a preparation for the future, a way of building the inner strength needed for the challenges that lie ahead. The more resilient we become, the more equipped we are to face the complexities of life. The struggles we face today prepare us for the triumphs of tomorrow. Every challenge, every hardship is a step in the process of becoming the person we are destined to be. Resilience through struggle ultimately teaches us that we are not helpless in the face of difficulty. We are not victims of our circumstances, but rather we are active participants in our own transformation. We have the power to rise, to learn, and to grow stronger with each experience. Struggle does not defeat us, it refines us. It is in the fire of adversity that we are made stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future. In the end, resilience is not just about enduring hardship, but about growing through it. It is about using each struggle as an opportunity to rise higher, to become more of who we are meant to be. When we embrace struggle with the knowledge that it is shaping us for something greater, we can face life's challenges with confidence, knowing that no matter what we face, we will emerge stronger and more capable than before. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, something that makes us exposed, fragile, and open to harm. It is a state many try to avoid, fearing that by showing vulnerability, we are inviting hurt, rejection, or failure. However, vulnerability, when embraced, is not a sign of weakness, but a gateway to authenticity, connection, and deep personal growth. It is the willingness to open ourselves to the world, to be seen for who we truly are, imperfections and all, and to accept the uncertainty that comes with being real. To embrace vulnerability is to acknowledge that we do not have to be perfect, that we are allowed to make mistakes, to fall and to rise again. It means allowing ourselves to be human in the fullest sense, accepting both our strengths and our flaws. By embracing our vulnerabilities, we remove the mask of invulnerability we often feel pressured to wear and create the space for genuine self-exploration. It is through vulnerability that we connect with others on a deeper level, because it is in our imperfections that we find common ground. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite others to do the same, which fosters an environment of trust, compassion, and understanding. Being vulnerable also means relinquishing control. In a world where so much of life feels unpredictable, we are often driven to maintain control, to curate an image of perfection, and to ensure that we are never exposed to failure. But vulnerability teaches us that true strength comes not from control, but from surrendering to the flow of life. It is in letting go of the need for everything to be perfect that we allow ourselves the freedom to explore, to experiment, and to experience life in its raw and unfiltered form. Vulnerability means accepting the possibility of rejection, disappointment, and hurt. But it also means embracing the incredible potential for connection, growth, and learning that lies within those very experiences. Letting go of the need to have all your answers correct, hurt, satisfaction, and 100% health and well-being is. Vulnerability opens the door to profound emotional healing. By exposing our deepest fears, insecurities, and wounds, we create an opportunity to address them and to begin the process of healing. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we stop hiding from our pain and we start to face it head on. We begin to understand that vulnerability is not a sign of brokenness, but of strength. Strength in confronting the things that scare us, that we have buried for so long. In that confrontation lies the power to heal, to release the shame, and to transform our wounds into wisdom. Through vulnerability, we also learn to cultivate compassion, not just for others, but for ourselves. It is easy to be critical of ourselves when we are trying to present a perfect image. But when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we offer ourselves grace. We recognize that we are all works in progress, that it's okay to not have it all figured out, and that imperfection is part of the beauty of being human. Embracing vulnerability is about being kind to ourselves in the face of our flaws. And it is this self-compassion that makes us more empathetic toward others. There's also incredible power in being vulnerable in our relationships. When we let down our guard and show the world who we truly are, we create the space for deep and meaningful connections. Relationships are built on trust and intimacy, and both of these qualities require vulnerability. By being open about our fears, desires, and dreams, we invite others to see us in our most authentic form. And this often leads to stronger, more connected relationships. Vulnerability allows others to see not just a polished, confident version of ourselves, but the messy, imperfect part of who we are. And it is in that raw honesty that real connection can flourish. Embracing vulnerability is an invitation to grow in courage. Every time we choose to show up as our true selves, despite the fear of judgment or rejection, we become braver. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to act in spite of it. Vulnerability is an act of courage. It is standing tall, unprotected, and allowing the world to see the full spectrum of who you are. It explains the very stressful times that we experience as human beings. It requires immense strength to face the unknown, to speak your truth, and to expose yourself emotionally without knowing how others will respond. Yet it is through this courageous act that we grow stronger, more resilient, and more comfortable in our own skin. In the pursuit of success, we often mask our vulnerabilities, fearing that showing them will hinder our progress. But the reality is that embracing vulnerability can propel us toward greater success. It is true vulnerability that we can access our creativity, our innovation, and our ability to adapt. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we stop pretending to have all the answers, and we open ourselves to new possibilities, new perspectives, and new solutions that we might otherwise overlook. Vulnerability allows us to step outside our comfort zone, to take risks, and to embrace failure as part of the learning process, rather than something to be avoided at all costs. Embracing vulnerability is about embracing life itself, unpredictable, messy, and imperfect as it may be. It is about allowing ourselves to be seen for who we truly are, without filters or pretensions. It is about opening our hearts both to ourselves and to others and allowing love, connection, and growth to flourish. It is about allowing love, connection, and growth to flourish. Vulnerability is not a burden to bear, but a gift to be received, for it is through vulnerability that we find our deepest strength, our greatest connections, and the fullest expression of who we are meant to be. When we embrace vulnerability, we stop living in fear of being hurt, and instead we embrace the richness of living fully, authentically, and courageously. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It goes beyond simply understanding what we feel. It's about being in tune with our emotions and using that awareness to guide our thoughts and actions in a way that is thoughtful, balanced, and productive. Emotional intelligence is not a fixed trait. It's a skill that can be developed and refined over time. In fact, it plays a pivotal role in our personal success, relationships, and overall well-being. The foundation of emotional intelligence lies in self-awareness. This is the ability to be fully conscious of our emotions and how they impact our behavior and thoughts. Self-awareness is the first step in gaining control over our emotions instead of letting them control us. When we are self-aware, we can step back and reflect on why we feel the way we do, whether those feelings are justified, and how they influence our actions. This awareness is a powerful tool because it allows us to respond to situations with intentionality rather than reacting impulsively or out of frustration. By becoming more attuned to our emotional states, we can create healthier relationships with ourselves and with others. Being aware of our emotions is only part of emotional intelligence. The next step is emotional regulation, the ability to manage and control our emotional responses in healthy ways. It is about not letting our emotions overwhelm us or dictate our behavior in destructive ways. Emotional regulation involves understanding when our emotions may be steering us off course and choosing to act in a way that aligns with our values and long-term goals. So this can mean pausing before responding to a stressful situation, taking a deep breath, or reframing our perspective to see a challenge as an opportunity for growth. It also means recognizing when we need support from others or when we need to take a step back to restore our emotional balance. Equally important is the ability to empathize with others, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy is an essential aspect of emotional intelligence because it allows us to connect with people on a deeper, more human level. It goes beyond just sympathizing with someone's pain. It's about truly understanding their emotional experience and responding with compassion. When we empathize, we listen more carefully, acknowledge the emotions of others, and offer support that resonates with their needs. Empathy creates bonds between people, fosters trust, and nurtures mutual respect, which makes it an essential element of healthy relationships, whether in personal or professional settings. An integral aspect of emotional intelligence is the ability to navigate social interactions effectively. People with high emotional intelligence are able to read social cues, understand group dynamics, and communicate in ways that foster positive connections. They are skilled at managing conflicts, building rapport, and motivating others. These individuals tend to have strong interpersonal relationships because they understand not just their own feelings, but also the feelings of those around them. They can handle social challenges with grace, remain calm in the face of conflict, and maintain harmonious interactions, even in tense situations. This is a valuable skill in both personal relationships and the workplace, where collaboration, communication, and emotional awareness can make or break success. Emotional intelligence plays a significant role in our ability to adapt to change. Life is unpredictable, and emotional intelligence equips us with the tools to handle transitions with resilience and flexibility. It helps us cope with uncertainty, shift our mindset when faced with adversity, and remain focused on our goals despite setbacks. People with high emotional intelligence are able to view change not as a threat, but as an opportunity for learning and growth. They embrace new situations with curiosity and openness, using their emotional awareness to remain grounded and proactive in the face of challenges. Another aspect of emotional intelligence is emotional self-motivation, the ability to harness our emotions to drive us toward our goals. Instead of being hindered by negative emotions like fear or frustration, emotionally intelligent people can channel their emotions into productive action. They recognize that emotions like passion, excitement, or even frustration can serve as powerful fuel to propel them forward. Emotional self-motivation requires a strong sense of purpose, the ability to focus on long-term rewards instead of short-term gratification, and the discipline to keep moving forward even when faced with difficulties. Emotional intelligence is crucial for personal growth and effective leadership. It is the foundation of a well-rounded individual who can navigate the complexities of life with a sense of balance, clarity, and empathy. Whether we're managing stress, resolving conflicts, building relationships, or achieving our goals, emotional intelligence provides the framework for making decisions that align with our emotional well-being and our core values. It allows us to act with awareness, integrity, and purpose, creating a life that is both fulfilling and meaningful. In a world that often prioritizes intellect and technical skill, emotional intelligence is the true differentiator. It helps us understand ourselves and others in ways that lead to more authentic, connected, and successful lives. When we cultivate emotional intelligence, we don't just improve our ability to cope with life's challenges, we also enhance our capacity for joy, love, and fulfillment. It is the key to a life of deep connection, personal resilience, and lasting impact. Forgiveness is often viewed as an act of kindness toward others, a way to release negative emotions and grant peace to someone who may have wronged us. But there is a deeper, more transformative aspect to forgiveness. It is a form of liberation for ourselves. When we forgive, we are not just letting go of the pain others have caused us. We are freeing ourselves from the weight of resentment, bitterness, and anger. Forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongdoing or letting someone off the hook. It is about reclaiming our power, releasing the emotional chains that bind us, and stepping into a state of inner peace. At its core, forgiveness is an act of self-care. When we hold on to grudges, we carry the emotional and mental burden of those hurts with us. These negative emotions take up space in our hearts and minds, draining us of energy and peace. Holding on to resentment keeps us tethered to the past, constantly reliving the pain and frustration of old wounds. We may think that by holding on to anger or seeking revenge, we are protecting ourselves. But in reality, we are only harming ourselves. Forgiveness is the key to releasing those emotions and creating the space for healing, growth, and renewal. It is a choice to no longer let the past dictate our present state of being. Forgiveness is also a powerful way to reclaim control over our own lives. When we are caught in the grip of unforgiveness, we give our power away to the people who have wronged us. We allow their actions to continue to affect our emotions, our decisions, and our well-being. By choosing to forgive, we take back that power. We refuse to let the actions of others define our emotional state or our future. In that moment of forgiveness, we make a conscious decision to no longer let the past hold us captive. We free ourselves from the emotional prison we have created by holding on to resentment, and we step into the fullness of our own strength and agency. Forgiveness enables us to cultivate compassion and understanding. It is easy to hold on to anger when we only see the wrongdoing through the lens of our own pain. But when we choose forgiveness, we allow ourselves to step into the other person's shoes, even if just for a moment. We begin to understand that people who hurt us are often dealing with their own struggles, wounds, and imperfections. Forgiveness does not mean we condone the behavior or forget the harm that was done, but it means we acknowledge the humanity of the other person. In doing so, we free ourselves from the prison of judgment and open ourselves to a more compassionate, empathetic way of living. The act of forgiving also frees us from the illusion that we can control the actions of others. Often, when we feel wronged, we seek retribution or harbor resentment as a way to feel in control of the situation. We think that by holding on to anger or wishing harm on the other person, we are somehow restoring balance or righting the wrongs that were done to us. But this belief is a trap. The truth is, we cannot control other people's actions, nor can we dictate how they will respond to us. However, by choosing forgiveness, we free ourselves from the need for control. We allow the situation to unfold without being weighed down by the desire to punish or seek revenge. In doing so, we regain our peace and move forward, unburdened by the need for justice or vindication. Forgiveness also plays a significant role in our own personal growth and emotional maturity. It requires us to confront our own vulnerabilities, weaknesses, and feelings of hurt. To forgive is to acknowledge that we have been wounded and to choose to heal rather than staying trapped in the cycle of pain and victimhood. It requires strength, courage, and the ability to rise above the situation. Through forgiveness, we develop resilience and emotional maturity as we learn to navigate the complexities of human relationships with grace and understanding. We become better equipped to handle future hurts with a sense of inner peace, knowing that forgiveness is always an option, and it is a choice that brings freedom not just to others, but to ourselves as well. Perhaps one of the most liberating aspects of forgiveness is that it opens the door to true emotional freedom. When we forgive, we release ourselves from the ongoing emotional attachment to the event or person that hurt us. We stop carrying the weight of those feelings, and we allow ourselves to move forward. Forgiveness is a declaration that we no longer wish to remain in the past, that we are ready to embrace the present and the future with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. It is not about forgetting the pain or pretending that it didn't matter. It is about choosing to let go of the hold that pain has on us. In this way, forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools we have to free ourselves and reclaim our lives. Forgiveness allows us to experience a deeper sense of peace. When we are unforgiving, we are often caught in a cycle of negative emotions, anger, frustration, sadness, that keeps us from experiencing true contentment. These emotions cloud our judgment and distort our perception of the world, creating a barrier between us and the joy that is available in the present moment. Forgiveness dissolves that barrier, creating space for healing, joy, and love. By choosing forgiveness, we open ourselves to the possibility of moving forward with a heart that is lighter, a mind that is clearer, and a spirit that is free. Forgiveness is ultimately an act of liberation. It is a way to release ourselves from the chains of past pain, to regain control over our emotional well-being, and to embrace life with a sense of peace and freedom. When we forgive, we take back our power, we embrace compassion, and we move forward with a heart that is unburdened and open to the fullness of life. Forgiveness is not a gift we give to others. It is a gift we give to ourselves. And in doing so, we liberate ourselves from the past and step into a future of possibility, healing, and joy. Unseen strength is the quiet, often invisible force that resides within us, waiting to be called upon in moments of adversity, challenge, or hardship. It is not always visible to the naked eye, nor is it always acknowledged in the midst of our struggles, but it is always present, sustaining us when we least expect it. This strength is not always loud or obvious. It does not boast or draw attention to itself. Instead, it works quietly behind the scenes, rising up when we need it most, helping us navigate through life's most difficult moments. One of the remarkable qualities of unseen strength is its resilience. When faced with setbacks, failures, or obstacles, it is this inner strength that enables us to persevere. It allows us to keep moving forward when everything inside us may be telling us to quit. It doesn't always manifest as physical power or obvious action, but often takes the form of quiet determination. The ability to keep going even when the path is unclear or the journey feels insurmountable. This strength is born from an internal belief that no matter how tough the situation may seem, there is always the capacity to endure, to adapt, and to overcome. Unseen strength is also deeply rooted in our emotional and mental fortitude. It is the ability to rise above circumstances, not by ignoring our feelings or pretending that challenges don't exist, but by accepting the reality of our emotions and pushing forward despite them. In difficult times, unseen strength allows us to feel the full spectrum of our emotions, grief, fear, anger, without letting them define or defeat us. It is the strength to sit with discomfort, to process pain without becoming consumed by it, and to eventually emerge stronger and more capable of handling whatever comes next. This emotional resilience doesn't mean we are unaffected by the struggles we face, but rather that we have the capacity to handle them, to grow through them, and to keep moving forward with a sense of purpose and hope. At times, unseen strength reveals itself in the smallest of actions. It may not be the dramatic or heroic gestures that capture attention, but the quiet decisions to rise each day, to care for ourselves, and to keep showing up despite the odds. It's the ability to do the next right thing, even when the bigger picture seems overwhelming. This strength is present in the everyday moments of life, in the person who continues to care for their family despite personal struggles, in the individual who shows up to work with a smile despite battling their own fears, or in the friend who offers support even when they themselves are hurting. Unseen strength is the resilience to keep going when no one is watching, when there is no applause, and when there is no external validation. This strength also operates on a deeper level, connected to a sense of purpose, faith, or belief that transcends the immediate circumstances. It is often during times of uncertainty or hardship that our unseen strength draws from a deeper well, whether that be our faith, our values, or the love we have for others. It is what keeps us grounded when everything around us is chaotic. It is the inner knowing that despite the challenges, there is a greater purpose or meaning in our lives, even if we cannot see it clearly at the moment. Unseen strength also thrives in our ability to be flexible and adaptable. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and it is easy to become overwhelmed or discouraged when things don't go as planned. However, unseen strength is evident in our ability to adjust, to pivot when necessary, and to embrace change rather than resist it. This adaptability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a quiet strength that allows us to evolve, to grow, and to find new ways forward, even when the original path is no longer accessible. It is the strength to embrace uncertainty and trust in our own ability to navigate through it, even when the road ahead seems unclear. Unseen strength is deeply connected to our capacity for compassion and empathy. It is in our ability to show up for others, even when we ourselves are struggling. Unseen strength often manifests when we extend kindness and care to those around us, offering support even when we feel we have little to give. It is the strength to listen, to comfort, and to stand with someone who is in pain. In this way, unseen strength connects us not only to our own inner resilience, but also to the collective strength of humanity. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles, and it allows us to reach out, not only for ourselves, but for others as well. Unseen strength is not the absence of difficulty or challenge. Rather, it is the quiet persistence to move through them, to face them with courage, and to rise even when we feel we are at our lowest. It is the strength that lies within us all, hidden beneath the surface, always ready to emerge when we need it most. This strength is a reminder that we are capable of more than we realize, that our greatest power often lies in the moments when we least expect it. It is the invisible force that sustains us, and it is this strength that carries us through life's most difficult battles, helping us to emerge victorious, not in spite of our struggles, but because of them. Self-worth is the foundation upon which everything we build in our lives rests. It is the internal measure of our value, the belief in our own inherent dignity, and the understanding that we deserve love, respect, and success, not because of what we do, but because of who we are. When we have a strong sense of self-worth, we are able to face life's challenges with confidence, make decisions that align with our true values, and maintain healthy boundaries in our relationships. Self-worth is the lens through which we view ourselves and the world, and it determines how we respond to both success and failure. The power of self-worth lies in its ability to shape the course of our lives. When we truly understand our own value, we are less likely to settle for situations, people, or experiences that diminish us. We recognize that we are deserving of kindness, respect, and opportunities, and we do not allow ourselves to be treated poorly. With a strong sense of self-worth, we set standards for ourselves and our relationships that reflect our value, not just in the eyes of others, but in our own eyes. We do not seek external validation to prove our worth. Instead, we recognize that our worth is inherent and not dependent on anyone's approval or judgment. A healthy sense of self-worth gives us the courage to pursue our dreams and goals. When we believe in our own abilities, we are more likely to take risks and push ourselves outside of our comfort zones. Self-worth empowers us to take bold steps, knowing that we have the capacity to handle whatever comes our way, even in the face of adversity. It helps us stay resilient in the face of challenges, because we understand that setbacks or failures do not diminish our value. We know that mistakes are part of the learning process, not a reflection of our worth as individuals. With self-worth, we keep moving forward, learning and growing, because we believe that we are worthy of success and happiness, no matter how long it may take to reach them. When we have a strong sense of self-worth, we also develop the ability to protect our emotional well-being. We are more likely to recognize toxic or unhealthy environments and have the courage to step away from them. We do not allow ourselves to be trapped in relationships or situations that devalue us, because we know that our worth is not something to be negotiated. Speaking of crisis, some people safe in the crisis of uncertainty. This can be one of the most powerful aspects of self-worth. It allows us to create and maintain boundaries that protect our peace, happiness, and emotional health. It empowers us to say no when necessary and to prioritize our needs and well-being without feeling guilty or selfish. Self-worth is also crucial for our mental and emotional health. When we do not value ourselves, we may fall prey to negative self-talk, insecurity, and self-doubt. We may feel like we're not good enough, or that we don't deserve happiness or success. This lack of self-worth can lead to depression, anxiety, and a sense of hopelessness. However, when we begin to cultivate a strong sense of self-worth, We shift our internal dialogue. Instead of focusing on our perceived shortcomings, we learn to appreciate our strengths, our progress, and our efforts. We recognize that we are worthy of compassion, even when we fail, and that our worth is not contingent on perfection. By nurturing our self-worth, we build a healthier relationship with ourselves, which has a profound impact on every other aspect of our lives. The power of self-worth also influences the way we relate to others. When we understand our own value, we are more likely to form relationships that are based on mutual respect, love, and appreciation. We no longer tolerate toxic or abusive behaviors because we recognize that we deserve to be treated with kindness and dignity. In relationships, self-worth allows us to be authentic, to be true to who we are, and to express our needs and desires without fear of rejection or judgment. It also helps us show up for others in a meaningful way. Because when we know our own worth, we have the capacity to affirm and support the worth of those around us. Self-worth is essential for building resilience and bouncing back from life's inevitable challenges. We all face difficult times, whether it's the loss of a job, the end of a relationship, or personal failure. When our self-worth is grounded in who we are, rather than in external circumstances or validation, we are better equipped to navigate these setbacks. We understand that these challenges do not define us. They are merely experiences along our journey. Our worth remains intact, even in the midst of adversity, because it is not dependent on external factors. This sense of unwavering value allows us to heal, rebuild, and emerge stronger from life's difficulties. Every vision has a root. It leads us to the true path. The power of self-worth fuels personal growth and self-improvement. When we believe in our value, we are more open to learning, evolving, and becoming the best version of ourselves. We understand that growth is a lifelong process and that we are worthy of investing in our own development, whether it's acquiring new skills, improving our health, or deepening our knowledge. Self-worth provides the motivation to take action and commit to continuous improvement. It allows us to embrace challenges, not as threats, but as opportunities to become more capable, more resilient, and more fulfilled. Self-worth is also key to finding inner peace. When we know that we are enough just as we are, without needing to prove our worth to others or meet societal expectations, we free ourselves from the constant pressure to achieve, to perform, or to seek validation. We can rest in the comfort of knowing that we are worthy of love, happiness, and success simply because we exist. This inner peace allows us to cultivate a life that is aligned with our true desires and values, rather than living to meet the expectations of others or seek external approval. The power of self-worth lies in its ability to transform our lives from the inside out. When we truly value ourselves, we are able to navigate life with confidence, courage, and authenticity. We are no longer bound by fear, insecurity, or the need for external validation. Instead, we make choices that honor our true worth and create a life that reflects our inherent dignity. Self-worth is the key to living a life of fulfillment, joy, and peace. Because when we know our worth, we understand that we are deserving of everything good that life has to offer. And this belief becomes the driving force behind everything we do, shaping our relationships, our achievements, and the legacy we leave behind. The role of others in your journey is one of the most significant factors in shaping the course of your life. While the path you walk is uniquely yours, The people you encounter along the way provide vital contributions to your growth, challenges, and successes. From family and friends to mentors, colleagues, and even strangers, others influence you in ways that you may not always immediately realize. Their presence, support, criticism, and encouragement are integral to helping you reach your fullest potential. People serve as mirrors to reflect both your strengths and weaknesses. At times, the people around you can help you see aspects of yourself that you may not be able to recognize on your own. They offer you perspectives that challenge your beliefs, expand your understanding, and encourage you to think more deeply about your choices and actions. These reflections, whether positive or difficult to face, are essential for your self-awareness and personal growth. Constructive feedback from others pushes you to evaluate your behavior, adjust your mindset, and refine your approach to life. Even the critiques and disagreements you experience can open the door to new insights that you would not have discovered if left to your own devices. Your relationships with others also offer a deep well of emotional support, which is crucial in times of struggle. The emotional connection you share with those around you provides a sense of security and belonging that helps you stay grounded, especially when the journey feels overwhelming. The people who care about you can offer a safe space to express your fears, doubts, and frustrations without judgment. They listen, empathize, and offer encouragement when your confidence wavers. Their belief in you, even when you don't believe in yourself, can reignite your determination and remind you of your capabilities. Whether it's a friend offering a shoulder to lean on, a family member offering words of wisdom, or a colleague offering encouragement, the support from others gives you the strength to keep going, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. The role of others in your journey is also shaped by the impact of mentorship and guidance. Mentors and role models provide valuable insights, sharing their knowledge and experiences to help you navigate challenges. They act as guides who have walked similar paths and can offer wisdom from their own journey. A mentor's guidance helps you avoid common pitfalls, overcome obstacles with greater ease, and see the bigger picture of your goals. They offer perspective, helping you make decisions that align with your long-term vision and encouraging you to reach beyond what you thought was possible. Their presence on your journey is not just about giving advice, but also about showing you that it's possible to achieve what you aspire to, that your dreams are within reach. The influence of a mentor or role model can be transformative, opening doors to opportunities and growth that you might not have considered on your own. The role of others in your journey also extends to the way they challenge you. Often the people around you will test your resilience, your values, and your commitment to your goals. Sometimes they may question your choices, offer different opinions, or push you to take risks. While this may feel uncomfortable or even confrontational at times, these challenges are essential for your development. They force you to clarify your own intentions, evaluate whether you're on the right path, and strengthen your resolve to pursue what truly matters. The people who challenge you in this way are not trying to hold you back. They are in their own way helping you grow stronger, more confident, and more focused. These individuals may be the ones who help you break free from self-limiting beliefs, expand your horizons, and see possibilities you hadn't considered. Others provide opportunities for collaboration and growth. The connections you build with people can create opportunities for you to learn, grow, and advance in ways that would be impossible if you were alone. Whether through teamwork, partnerships, or simply learning from those around you, others play a crucial role in helping you achieve your goals. Every relationship you build, whether personal, professional, has the potential to open doors for new experiences, career advancements, and learning opportunities. The exchange of ideas, knowledge, and resources that comes from collaboration enhances your own capabilities and accelerates your growth. Some people also challenge you to live in alignment with your values. Those who know you well, whether family, close friends, or trusted colleagues, are often the first to call you out when your actions do not align with your true principles. They act as a mirror for your values, helping you stay authentic to your deeper sense of purpose. They provide the reality check needed when you're at risk of compromising your integrity or straying from your vision. Look then, while it may not always be comfortable to hear this feedback, it is essential for your personal growth and fulfillment. When you are surrounded by people who challenge you in this way, you are encouraged to consistently check in with your own heart and mind to ensure you're on the right path. The influence of others on your journey goes beyond the immediate relationships you form. Even the people you encounter briefly, whether in passing or in fleeting encounters, can have a lasting impact on your life. A stranger who offers a kind word or an unexpected gesture of support can leave a profound impression, reminding you of the goodness and possibility in the world. These moments of connection, however small, have the power to shift your mindset, restore your faith, and reignite your passion for your journey. The kindness and support of others remind you that you are not alone on your path and that there is an interconnectedness that binds us all. The role of others in your journey is not limited to what they give to you directly. In many ways, they also help you become the person you are meant to be by offering you opportunities for service and contribution. When you engage with others, whether by helping them or learning from them, you are enriched by the exchange. Your growth is often catalyzed by your ability to give, share, and support those around you. Helping others allows you to reflect on your own life, build deeper relationships, and gain a greater understanding of yourself. By playing an active role in the lives of others, you create a ripple effect that expands beyond your own journey, impacting those you touch along the way. The role of others in your journey is immeasurable. They provide support, challenge, inspiration, and wisdom that guide you forward. While your journey is yours to take, the people around you are the ones who help shape the direction, elevate your experience, and deepen your sense of fulfillment. Whether they are there for a short time or for the long haul, the impact of others is essential in helping you grow into the person you are destined to become. We are not meant to walk this path alone. The journey is richer, more meaningful, and more transformative when shared with others. The connections we form and the support we give and receive are what make the journey worthwhile. Pain in its many forms is one of life's most challenging and inevitable experiences. Whether it manifests as physical suffering, emotional distress, loss, or betrayal, pain has a way of shaping us in ways we may not immediately understand. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by pain, to question its purpose, and to wonder why we must endure such hardship. But within every experience of pain lies the potential for transformation. The journey from pain to purpose is not about denying the hurt, ignoring the suffering, or trying to avoid it. It is about recognizing the power we have to turn our pain into something meaningful, something that propels us forward, teaches us lessons, and ultimately helps us live a more fulfilled life. Lahavidam, Mushi. Pain in many ways is a catalyst for growth. It forces us to confront our limits, our vulnerabilities, and the areas of our lives that require healing. At its core, pain reveals the places in our hearts and minds that are broken, neglected, or wounded. It shines a light on the shadows we may have ignored or avoided, encouraging us to take a closer look at ourselves and the world around us. While this process may be uncomfortable, it is necessary for growth. Pain, when embraced, becomes a mirror that reflects what needs to be healed. And it provides us with the opportunity to address those aspects of ourselves that might otherwise remain hidden. Through this reflection, we learn valuable lessons about our resilience, our capacity to endure, and the strength that lies within us. Transforming pain into purpose also requires us to shift our perspective. Instead of viewing pain as something to be avoided or eliminated, we must learn to see it as an essential part of the human experience, a stepping stone on our journey towards self-discovery and fulfillment. When we change our mindset, we begin to see pain not as a burden, but as an opportunity for reinvention. It can lead us to new pathways, new goals, and new ways of thinking. Now, when we see pain as a burden, but as an opportunity for reinvention, it can lead us to new pathways, new goals, and new ways of thinking. The pain we endure, when processed and understood, can serve as the driving force behind our future endeavors. It can inspire us to pursue new passions, to help others who are going through similar experiences, or to advocate for change in areas where we see injustice. Pain becomes the very thing that fuels our purpose, giving us a deeper sense of direction and a clearer understanding of what truly matters. One of the most powerful ways pain is transformed into purpose is through empathy and compassion. When we experience pain, we gain a deeper understanding of what others may be going through. Our own suffering gives us the capacity to connect with others on a deeper level, to offer support, and to extend kindness in ways that may not have been possible before. The experience of pain allows us to become more compassionate and more attuned to the needs of those around us. This newfound empathy can guide us toward a life of service, where we seek to alleviate the suffering of others because we understand it intimately. In this way, our pain becomes a source of healing, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us. Through pain, we also learn the importance of resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding pain, but about bouncing back from it. It is about learning how to endure the most difficult circumstances and still find the strength to rise again. The process of transforming pain into purpose involves developing this resilience. It is the ability to keep moving forward despite the setbacks, to continue pursuing our dreams even when obstacles seem insurmountable, and to use our pain as a source of motivation to keep going. Resilience teaches us that we are not defined by our pain, but by how we respond to it. We can choose to be victims of our circumstances, or we can choose to use our pain as a springboard for transformation, growth, and purpose. The choice to rise above our pain is a powerful one. And it is through this choice that we discover our true strength. In the journey of transforming pain into purpose, there is also a deep sense of surrender that must take place. We must learn to let go of the need to control the outcome and allow the process of healing to unfold in its own time. Pain often forces us to confront our own limitations, to recognize that there are some things we cannot change or fix immediately. In these moments, we must surrender to the process, trusting that healing will come in its own way. By letting go of the desire for quick fixes and accepting the natural course of healing, we open ourselves up to deeper wisdom and understanding. This surrender does not mean giving up or resigning ourselves to a life of suffering. Rather, it is an acknowledgement that sometimes the pain we feel is an integral part of the process of becoming who we are meant to be. The transformation from pain to purpose also involves a deep commitment to self-compassion. It is so easy to be hard on ourselves during difficult times, to criticize ourselves for not being stronger, for not handling pain more gracefully, or for not moving through suffering more quickly. However, self-compassion allows us to embrace our pain with kindness, understanding that it's not a sign of weakness, but a natural part of the human experience. And we treat ourselves with compassion. We give ourselves permission to heal, to take time to grieve, and to honor our emotions without judgment. This self-compassionate approach is essential for transforming pain into purpose, because it allows us to process our experiences fully and to find meaning in even the most painful moments. The process of transformation is often marked by the discovery of a new sense of purpose or calling. Pain is a way of stripping away the superficial layers of life, forcing us to reevaluate what truly matters. It can redirect our focus, helping us prioritize the things that bring us joy, fulfillment, and meaning. For many people, pain leads them to a deeper understanding of their life's purpose, motivating them to make a greater impact in the world. Whether through pursuing a new career, starting a charitable organization, or simply choosing to live more authentically, pain often serves as a catalyst for change. It sparks a shift in perspective that leads to a more intentional, purpose-driven life. Pain can also teach us the importance of gratitude. After enduring hardship, many people find themselves more appreciative of the simple blessings in life. The very fact that they have made it through the struggle becomes a reason for gratitude, and they begin to see the beauty in life that they may have overlooked before. Gratitude becomes the lens through which they view their pain, not as something that happened to them, but as a transformative experience that led them to greater wisdom, strength, and insight. By shifting our focus to gratitude, we transform our pain into something that enhances our lives, teaching us to cherish the present moment and to find beauty even in the midst of struggle. Transforming pain into purpose is a powerful act of reclamation. It is the act of taking what has wounded us and using it to fuel our journey forward. It is about finding meaning in our suffering and recognizing that in the end, our pain can become the source of our greatest strength and greatest contribution to the world. Through this transformation, we not only heal ourselves, but also inspire others to do the same. By sharing our stories of resilience and growth, we give others the courage to face their own pain with the understanding that it does not define them, but rather has the potential to shape them into the people they are meant to be. Through this process, pain becomes not just something to endure, but a gift that propels us toward our highest purpose. Transforming pain into purpose is not just a process of surviving suffering, but a profound journey of growth, resilience, and empowerment. It is the recognition that every painful experience carries within it the seed of transformation, the potential to shape us into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate individuals. Pain does not define us. Rather, how we choose to respond to it defines who we become. By embracing our pain, we find the power to create meaning in our lives, to connect more deeply with others, and to live with a sense of purpose that is rooted in our authentic selves. Remember, it is not the absence of pain that makes us whole, but the strength we draw from it that propels us toward greatness. The challenges we face are not obstacles. They are opportunities to rise higher, to become the person we were always meant to be. So when life brings you pain, let it be the fuel that ignites your purpose. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it drive you forward. For in the end, your pain has the power to lead you to your greatest triumph. Thank you.